This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Fire and Emergency New Zealand is raising awareness about the risks of unattended cooking after a rash of kitchen fires around Dunedin. The annual celebration of Kiwi music ramps up this weekend with the Nook and Cranny Festival in Dunedin. And the importance of mentors was emphasised at the annual Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraising breakfast. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Fire and Emergency Services are making the public aware of the risks involved with unattended cooking following a spate of kitchen fires in the Dunedin region. While never leaving a stove without turning all the elements off is the basic rule, there's also other factors to be aware of.
Cleaning out the crumbs from the toaster, just one of the ways to prevent potential kitchen fires. Fire Risk Management Officer Scott Lanews says the kitchen presents major fire risks in the home. He says if a kitchen fire is still small, such as a burning pot on a stove, you can try and extinguish it yourself without having to call the fire service.
As long as the fire is not an excessive size, you can attempt to extinguish the fire yourself. Predominantly the different methods you can use are the likes of an oven tray. You can place the oven tray on top of the pot. You can use a wet tea towel that you can then put over the top and smother the fire.
Once an unattended stovetop fire gets going, the range hood, particularly one that hasn't been regularly cleaned of captured grease, can spread the flames into the roof space.
And the flames being sucked into the range hood. A lot of older houses still have unducted fans into their roof space, in which case you have flames directly heating your ceiling space. A lot of the coils and the air channels in these filters are very thin aluminium and they can burn through, which means that it can start getting into the wall linings and into the ceiling cavities as well.
The Fire and Emergency website has a number of tools available, such as an escape planner to make homes more safe. And fire crews are also available to help out installing smoke alarms in people's homes.
The Home Fire Safety Visit program that's available for participants in Dunedin City to take advantage of. That includes our crews attending to install smoke alarms, doing general fire safety checks, and any other questions that you may have to ensure that you remain safe in a fire. And
if the fire has become well involved, it's a good idea to get out and stay out.
We don't want to see people re-entering buildings if they've already left the building. It's just a recipe for disaster. We would much rather know that you're safe and be able to advise our crews on what's happening than have to mount a search to find you in the building.
He also says it's important not to leave cooking food unattended. Even if you have to go to the door, turn the stove off. In Dunedin, for The South Today.
A warning, the following video footage includes flashing lights. Cars were left crumpled after a 3-car collision in Dunedin last night. Emergency services were called to the crash just after 5 p.m. at the corner of 3 Mile Hill Road and Flagstaff Whare Flat Road in Halfway Bush. Police say one person was trapped for a time. The road was blocked at both ends for a short period. There were no reports of serious injuries. New Zealand Music Month kicked off this week on May the 1st with the Chills movie. The annual celebration of Kiwi music ramps up this weekend with the Nook and Cranny Music Festival filling Dunedin's public library with sound on Sunday.
It's supposed to be the last bastion of silence, but that's one assumption about libraries organisers of the Nook and Cranny Music Festival are aiming to dispel.
That's what we're trying to shatter. We're trying to shatter that perception.
Although Nook and Cranny is a huge part of New Zealand's Music Month in Dunedin, Kay Mercer says there are many other excellent musical events around the city during May, with details on their website. Almost every space across 4 floors of the Dunedin Public Library are set to be filled with the sound of many local musicians for the annual festival.
I'm really excited to see all the different range of music that we've had. We've got everything from contemporary music, children's music, classical.
The event's in its 4th year and is a cornerstone part of Dunedin's celebration of New Zealand Music Month. Brendan Christie is set to be marshalling the volunteer troops again this Sunday.
We have 54 artists, of which have multiple musicians, many of them. We have a lot of volunteers who contribute towards the event. We have library staff, and we have people from the New Zealand Music Commission.
Musicians will be performing in most spaces in and around the 4-floor building, but Dunedin Public Library's events coordinator Kay Mercer says there will be spaces for people who need a little time away.
But obviously, you know, there are some people who want to come, and it is a quiet place, and it is lovely to be able to come and read and enjoy the quiet. So we do make sure there are quiet spaces for those people to enjoy too.
The basement car park was a new feature of Nook and Cranny last year, with its concrete walls, floor and ceiling providing excellent natural reverb. But it's not being used this year, and Brendan Christie says there are a few new places around the library where musicians will be entertaining crowds.
And the reason for taking it out of the car park was simply because that was our experiment for that year. And this year we decided our experiment for the year would be to put a bit higher emphasis on the music outside.
The Nook and Cranny Music Festival features more than 50 bands, solos or duos playing a myriad of musical styles from about 10 a.m. this Sunday in and around the Dunedin Public Library. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Oamaru residents are being asked to be watchful and ensure their homes and vehicles are locked after a prowler was again reported in the North Otago town. Police say a woman in Trent Street came home to find a man on her property on Tuesday night. It follows 2 previous incidents in April when the laundry at the rear of her house had been entered. The suspect had allegedly taken alcohol and toilet rolls. The woman became scared and reported the incidents to police. She was able to provide a description of the man, and inquiries are continuing. The importance of mentors was emphasised at the annual Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraising breakfast at Rangiora this morning. Reflecting on the organisation's role in mentoring young people, guest speaker Penny Henare spoke about being mentored as a boy in Northland.
630, 40, 50.
Auctioning off 2 signed Crusaders jerseys at this year's Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraising breakfast in Rangiora this morning. The annual event saw over 200 diners entertained by the likes of guest speaker and youth minister Penny Henare. He spoke of being a rebellious 12-year-old who was mentored by his teacher Calvin Davis, who incidentally is now Labour Party deputy leader.
I had a man come into my life and said to me, Penny, walk with me. It's okay for you to make mistakes. I'm not going to whip out the belt and strap you. I'm actually going to work with you and talk you through the challenges that you're facing as a young 12-year-old in your pubescent years.
At 16, Henare became a father and was facing to have to leave school until a geography teacher came to the rescue.
She said to me, I tell you what, Penny, I'm going to bend the rules, in fact break them. Bring your child to school when you can't find a babysitter. Bring your child to school when there is no other support there for you. I will watch your child and allow you to be the great student I know you are.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters organisation helps young people by building strong and positive mentoring relationships. In Rangiora for the South Today.
Thanks, mate. Thank you, Richard. Well done.
Still to come on the South Today. Winter is coming, but NIWA climate scientists predict we will have warmer weather across the region. And a Christchurch charity is ramping up security and has started a Give a Little page after a theft.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Evening, I'm from the Parks Department. Have you got a permit for that fire?
Welcome back. NIWA climate scientists are predicting several spells of unseasonable warmth across the southern region over the next 3 months. The NIWA outlook for May to July shows temperatures are forecast to be above average along the east coast of the South Island. Temperatures are also likely to be above average or near average for the west coast, Alps and foothills, inland Otago and Southland. NIWA says warmer than average seas may lead to a reduction in the intensity and in duration of cold spells during the coming season, but frosts are still to be expected. A Bishopdale Coffin Club, which provides free caskets to mothers who have lost their babies, has forked out over $2,000 for new security after a burglary. The Kiwi Coffin Club is attempting to raise the money spent on alarms, window bars and doors at its container on the Men's Shed site on Kendall Avenue through a Give a Little page. The club makes angel boxes, custom-made caskets for babies lost to stillbirth, cot death or miscarriage, which are donated to Christchurch Women's Hospital.
When the policeman was here, he just shook his head when he saw what they'd done here, because they had no consideration for the caskets that were there. They just chucked them down, and they'd opened the one up over there, which is one for a person who's terminally ill. And they'd opened that up, obviously looking for money and things like that inside. One of the men who had started early down here at the shed, who's one of our trustees, he came through the gate and saw that the window had been smashed. He rang me and I came straight down and had a look and then called the police, and the police came down with him. Probably within a couple of hours they were here very quickly, and they took some fingerprints. When the policeman was here, he said to me that they had put 20 more police on in Christchurch due to the fact that the burglaries were so bad. They took tools, they took some of my airbrushing guns, which are quite expensive, and the spray equipment. $2.5 grand it really came down to about that much.
And they took it out that window?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The insurance has come to the party. There was a bit of toing and froing about that because all of my gear was off-site. But no, they've come to the party, and then I've set up give a little page to cover all the security. So that will all cover it, and then we'll start to get back on deck again because we've been a bit of a standstill since the break-in because we haven't had the gear to do anything.
Donna paints them, and we can decorate them with whatever that people want.
An example of what we do with the bigger ones. I started it because I saw the Odd Sorts on television with Rotorua, and it was they were talking about how they were doing the caskets for babies and donating free caskets, free angel boxes to the Women's Hospital in Rotorua, and to fund it they were using the caskets of people that were adults. I struck a chord and I thought, well look, this is what I'd like to do. I was a year off retirement and I thought, I'll do that when I retire. So I basically started it up, got a container, it was donated, and then it's just blossomed from there.
These are the finished ones, they're just getting primed and painted. And we give them a sand up, paint them up, then the girls build the linings for them and do all the fancy decorations.
These are for the smaller babies, with the mattresses and the linings, and we always put a little teddy bear in them. And we have a couple of lovely people that make teddy bears for us.
One of the things that they've said to us from the hospital when we do make available the caskets, the little angel boxes, that the nurses themselves find it very helpful for them. It's not only just for the parents that lose a child, but also for the woman in the hospital, the nurses that are nursing them and have nothing to give them. There's nothing they can say, there's nothing that they can do, but just to be able to give them a beautiful little box is just wonderful.
They're for babies under 20 weeks that are miscarriages. And we donate them, they're totally free. We just, everything that we just give them to them. Because they are paid for out of the funds for the big coffins.
After the break on the South today, the Highlanders hope their regular lineup will provide a win on Saturday night against the Chiefs. And we have the weekend's weather for you, so stay with us.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
The Green Island Medical Centre offers everything for your family's needs. Whether you are travelling or coming in to discuss health symptoms, our medical staff provide the best of care. We offer Manage My Health, making booking an appointment or requesting a repeat prescription a breeze. We welcome families like yours. Give us a call today, phone 03 488 2754.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garradoor to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garradoor keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
Thanks for staying with us. The Highlanders lineup has a more settled feel to it than it did a month ago. After regularly chopping and changing the team early on, there's been plenty of continuity in recent weeks, something they are keen to exploit against the Chiefs in Dunedin tomorrow night.
Once again, a team with few changes has been named to play the Chiefs at Forsyth Bar Stadium tomorrow night. Ben Smith's return at fullback has meant only minor shuffling in an otherwise unchanged side to the one that beat the Sunwolves in Tokyo. While it may seem a change of direction, coach Aaron Major says it's important to remember why there were so many inconsistencies early on.
A lot of the selection early season was dictated by All Black rest weeks, derby games, so we wanted to have guys ready for derby games. Also guys renovating from Japan, so I think it's easy for people to lose perspective on and context why those decisions are made.
While the side obviously would have liked better results through that period, it hasn't been without its benefits. The Highlanders have given a raft of younger players experience while also putting the pressure on older players to perform.
I've challenged some of those more experienced players, and those more experienced players like Tom Franklin, Elliot Dixon are now playing their best footy because those young guys are challenging them. So.
Tomorrow night's match against the Chiefs is the first of back-to-back home games, something they haven't had the luxury of so far this season. Major says that could be significant.
Really great opportunity for our guys just to nestle in at home and enjoy the home comforts. Obviously playing in our stadium in front of our fans is a massive bonus as well. It's something the boys get really excited about.
Next round they host the Juarez at Forsyth Bar Stadium, a clash that's sure to attract plenty of home support if they can dispatch the Chiefs first tomorrow in Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Fire and emergency services are making the public aware of the risks involved with unattended cooking following a spate of kitchen fires in the Dunedin region. The annual celebration of Kiwi music ramps up this weekend with the Nook and Cranny Music Festival, filling Dunedin's library with sound on Sunday. And the importance of mentors was emphasised at the annual Big Brothers Big Sisters fundraising breakfast at Rangiora this morning. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us in this weekend's paper?
Good evening. Yeah, lots of reading. Saturday's paper, of course. We're having a look at the housing situation in Dunedin, and we've got confirmation now that the city is in the midst of a housing crisis, which is according to a new report. It's been prepared by the Mayor's Task Force for Housing, and it's showing that houses are now more than 5 times the average income in the city, which moves it up into the unaffordable category. If you only got to look around the city to see how quickly some of those homes are selling, and people in that $400,000 bracket are really struggling to find something. Dozens of people at open homes, that type of thing as well.
Yeah, cars down the road sort of thing.
Yeah, there are, almost queuing to get into some of these houses. So yeah, we're having a look at that. I guess the question is what the city can do about it. If you look at Queenstown and Auckland, they've had that problem for a long time and really struggling to get on top of it. So yeah, lots to happen on that front. We've got the Sweet Adelines Convention this weekend in Dunedin. Hundreds of singers from around the country are descending on the city for the national competition. It's underway tonight, so we'll be there and have some coverage tomorrow, and also pick it up over the weekend and have more for Monday's paper. Plenty of reading in our weekend mix as well. We've got a lovely story about a love story dating back to Germany in the Second World War, which surprisingly has links back in Dunedin for today.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's a lovely story. Sporting front, we've got more on the Highlanders, of course, and also the Premier Secondary Schools Club rugby competition starts in now. Rugby writer Adrian Sacconi's take a close look at that to see where the winners might be.
Fantastic. So something for everyone in this weekend's ODT.
As usual.
Lovely. And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time to look at the weekend's weather, sorry.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, a view towards Dunedin's green belt from a first floor construction site. Looking at the situation, an anticyclone crosses the North Island this weekend, while a front weakens and fractures as it moves onto southern districts later tomorrow, bringing some rain to most areas later tomorrow, but slowly clearing on Sunday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport, you should prepare for rain and 16-degree highs for both of you. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you're scheduled for clouds and a high of 18 degrees. In Canterbury, expect a few clouds planned for a high of 19 degrees in Kaikoura and Christchurch, whereas Ashburton will be 1 degree cooler on 18 degrees. To the southern towns, plan for your clear weather turning to custard across the region, with fresh northwesterlies bringing rain later. Balclutha, the Catlins, Lumsden and Gore should all reach highs of 17 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, light to moderate winds are the order of the day over here. Wanaka, fresh northwesterlies with cloud increasing and 18. Alexandra, cloud increasing with 19 degrees. Queenstown planned for late rain and 17, and in Te Anau you're also looking at rain with a 15-degree high. Up to the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru, you have moderate northeasterlies with some high cloud and 17 degrees for both of you. In Twizel and Amarama, prepare yourself for fresh northwesterlies, some increasing cloud and a high of 18 degrees. In Dunedin, mostly cloudy tonight with light northerlies and an overnight low of 7. Fine with high cloud tomorrow and moderate northerlies, looking at a high of 18 and a low of 9. So it's a good day to get out the washing. Rain on Sunday morning, clearing during the afternoon, but skies remain cloudy and temperatures rather cold, with light winds looking at a high of 13 and a low of 10 degrees. Heading to Invercargill, cloud increasing tonight with moderate northwesterlies and an overnight low of 5 degrees. Fine with increasing high cloud tomorrow with moderate northwesterlies. Expect a 17-degree high and a low of 10 degrees. Showers clear but thick high cloud remains on Sunday with moderate northerlies, a high of 15 and an overnight low of 11. That's all for our news this Friday. For the latest news from the Southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the nice weather tomorrow. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.